Words of Sri Aurobindo from the book Letters on Yoga, Part 1, from the Collective Works of Sri Aurobindo, Volume 28, Chapter 4, The Self or Atman. Subtopic, The Self. Sri Aurobindo says, the self is being, not a being. By self is meant the conscious essential existence, one in all. The self is the divine itself in an essential aspect. It is not a portion. There is no meaning in the phrase, not even a portion or only an aspect. An aspect is not something inferior to a portion. Sri Aurobindo says, do you not know what essential means? There is a difference between the essence of a thing, which is always the same, and its formations and developments which vary. There is, for instance, the essence of gold, and there are many forms which gold can take. Essence can never be defined, it simply is. Everything acts in the self. The whole play of nature takes place in the self, in the divine. The self contains the universe. The cosmic spirit or self. Sri Aurobindo says the cosmic spirit or self contains everything in the cosmos. It upholds cosmic mind, universal life, universal matter, as well as the overmind. The self is more than all these things which are its formulations in nature. The cosmic spirit uses truth and falsehood, knowledge and ignorance, and all the other dualities as elements in the manifestation and works out what has to be worked out till all is ready for a higher working. Sri Aurobindo says the cosmic spirit contains the supermind, but it keeps it above and works for the present between the overmind and physical. It is only when the ignorance is removed that the supramental becomes directly a dynamic part of the workings of the cosmic nature here. Till then, there are only reflections of it. Sri Aurobindo says the self is essentially universal. The individualized self is only the universal experience from an individual center. If what you have realized is not felt to be one in all, then it is not the Atman. Possibly it is the central being, not it revealing its universal aspect as Atman. The self, says Sri Aurobindo, the self is felt as either universal, one and all, or a universalized individual, the same in essence as others, extended everywhere from each being, but centered here. Of course, center is a way of speaking because no physical center is usually felt, only all the action takes place around the individual. All is in the self. When identified with the universal self, all is in you. Also, the microcosm reproduces the macrocosm, so all is present in each, though all is not expressed and cannot be in the surface consciousness. Next subtopic, the Atman, the soul and the psychic being. Sri Aurobindo says, the Atman is one in all, is not born, does not evolve or change. The soul is something that comes from the divine into the evolution, and as the psychic being, it evolves and assumes different personalities from life to life. To live in the consciousness of the Atman is to live in the calm, unity and peace that is above things and separate from the world even when pervading it. But for the psychic consciousness, there are two things, the world and itself acting in the world. The Jivatman has not come down into the world. It stands above, always the same, supporting the different beings, mental, etc., which acts here. The psychic is what has come down here. Its function is to offer all things to the divine for transformation. Next subtopic, the self and nature or Prakriti. Sri Aurobindo says, the self or Atman is inactive. Nature, Prakriti or Shakti acts. When the self is realized, it is first an infinite existence, wideness, silence, freedom, peace that is felt, that is called Atman or self. When action takes place, it is according to the realization either felt as forces of nature working in that wideness, as the divine Shakti working as the cosmic divine, or various powers of Him working. It is not felt that the self is acting. Sri Aurobindo says, one may be aware of the silent static self without relation to the play of the cosmos. Again, one may be aware of the universal static self omnipresent in everything without being suprasensuously awake to the moment of the dynamic Vishwa Prakriti. The first realization of the self or Brahman is often a realization of something that separates itself from all form, name, action, moment, exists in itself only, regarding the cosmos as only a mass of cinematographic shapes, unsubstantial and empty of reality. There was my own first complete realization of the nirvana in the self. That does not mean a wall between self and Brahman, but a scission between the essential self-existence and the manifest world. Sri Aurobindo continues to say, in the experience of yoga, the self or being is in essence one with the divine, or at the least is a portion of the divine and has all the divine potentialities. But in manifestation, it takes two aspects, the Purusha and Prakriti, conscious being and nature. In nature here, the divine is veiled and the individual being is subjected to nature, which acts here as the lower Prakriti, a force of ignorance, avidya. The Purusha in itself is divine, but exteriorized in the ignorance of nature. It is as the individual apparent being imperfect with her imperfection. Thus, the soul or psychic essence, which is the Purusha, entering into the evolution and supporting it, carries in itself all the divine potentialities, but the individual psychic being which it puts forth as its representative assumes the imperfection of nature and evolves in it till it has recovered its full psychic essence and united itself with the self above, of which the soul is the individual projection in the evolution. This duality in the being on all its planes, for it is true in different ways, not only of the self and the psychic, but of the mental, vital and physical Purushas, has to be grasped and accepted before the experience of the yoga can be fully understood. Sri Aurobindo says, the being is one throughout, but on each plane of nature, it is represented by a form of itself which is proper to that plane. The mental Purusha in the mental plane, the vital Purusha in the vital, the physical Purusha in the physical. The Taittiriya Upanishad speaks of two other planes of the being, the knowledge or truth plane, and the Ananda plane, each with its Purusha, but although influences may come down from them, they are superconscient to the human mind and their nature is not yet recognized here. These are the words of our Lord Sri Aurobindo.